So a few days ago, one of you guys commented on one of my Chameleon build videos about Reddit and how people in there were rattled by the thought that someone is running Capacitor with Striker red build pretty much. Obviously, Ferenberger, the guy who left that comment on my video, might have gotten very unlucky with the individuals who saw his post, because I think most of the community at this point, even Reddit, knows about the Striker Capacitor build and its capabilities. But then again, people on Reddit also seem to have a big hate towards the Chameleon, even though most of you guys, I think a big majority of you actually really liked and enjoyed my Chameleon builds. And you know, I don't have a lot of subscribers, but that video got like, I think around 6,000-7,000 views, and I think the overall feedback was very positive, with a lot of people saying how much they enjoy playing with the Chameleon. So what I've found out over the last couple of years posting videos about the Division 2 is what people say on Reddit, on Discord, on Twitter, most of the times is not the reality of the entire player base. A lot of people like all sorts of playing this game with all sorts of weapons and builds, but they don't comment on social media, and that's why there is this false sense that nobody likes the Chameleon, when in reality a big portion of the community actually like it. There is this false sense that a lot of people don't like hybrid builds, when in reality a lot of them do. Now, when it comes to the Capacitor, its talent revolves 100% around skill builds. However, it also happens to have one of the highest base damage out of all the assault rifles. It comes with a decent fire rate and a very good handling. And those last two things, the fire rate and the weapon handling, get even better when you run it with the Striker gear set. Its only downside really is the fact that the magazine is only 42 rounds, when other assault rifles come with 50, 60 and even 70. But other than that, if we ignore the fact that we're missing on a talent slot and we just look at how it performs, you will soon realize that it actually performs much better than other assault rifles with talents that are supposed to give you extra DPS, something that the Capacitor lacks. So if we forget about the talent and we try it out with a full red Striker build, we will be amazed by how good it actually is. The best thing about the full red Striker Capacitor build is how easy it is to get, even if you just reach the endgame. The Capacitor can be obtained very easily by completing the summit task. I think you have to clear X amount of floors and then you unlock the Capacitor. It's been so long since I've done that, so I don't really remember, but the task, the challenge itself is not that hard. And then when it comes to the 4 pieces of Striker, they're also very easy to get, and the best way to do that is to do it while you're actually unlocking the Capacitor. Go into Summit, see what you need to do in order to unlock the Capacitor, and then set your targeted loot to Striker gear set. By the time you're done getting your Capacitor, you should also have the 4 pieces that you need. You need the backpack and 3 other pieces. They can be the gloves, the mask, the holster, the knee pads, doesn't matter, you just need 3 more, but it should not be the chest. Then of course we need 2 more pieces. Ideally you want to have the coyote mask, but even if you don't have that because you're a brand new player, don't worry about it too much, because the Ceska Vairoba Brancy piece will give you enough critical hit chance and enough critical hit damage so that your build is still very viable. Obviously the coyote mask will offer you a little bit better critical hit damage, but overall, even with a Ceska Vairoba piece and 1 Grupo Sombra piece for the 10% critical hit chance from the Ceska and the 15% critical hit damage from the Grupo Sombra, you're going to be fine. As I said, we will be using the Striker backpack, but not the Striker chest piece. The reason for that is very simple. Because we're doing heroic content or challenging content, the enemies will die before we can reach the full 200 stacks that the Striker chest piece will give us. For that reason, it's better to go with a brand set chest piece, either Ceska Vairoba or Grupo Sombra, with Obliterate on it. All the stats, of course, on your build need to be weapon damage for your core attributes, critical hit chance and critical hit damage for the rest of your attributes. My stats, this is what an almost fully optimized build looks like. I'm sitting at 50% critical hit chance and 162% critical hit damage with the Coyote Mask equipped, which means that I will reach higher number than those depending on which part of the Coyote Mask talent I proc. This is a very classic striker build, with the only difference of course being the Capacitor. For the specialization, we do want to go with Gunner, simply for the extra rate of fire that it offers us and for the armor on kill to help a little bit with our survivability. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say. The build is very simple. I don't think that there is a reason for me to go on into like 20-minute long video explaining why critical hit chance and critical hit damage is rolled into every piece of my build. The only thing I will comment on is the fact that the Capacitor works great with the Memento and Striker solo legendary build as well. The Capacitor is a very viable weapon even for red builds. Completely forget about the talent and just try it out, and you will soon realize how much powerful it is. Now, in the case you don't know which build I'm talking about when I'm saying Striker solo, Memento Striker solo legendary build, excuse me, I'll have the link of that video in the description. It's a video with 3 striker versions, my 3 favorite striker versions and the 3 best striker versions in my opinion. One of them is for clearing solo legendary, another one is for clearing DPS tech content like incursions and raids, and the other one is the build that I'm showing you in this video but with different weapon. So because I couldn't stop myself, what I did another legendary run with the Capacitor, the Memento and the Striker. It worked great, very good, much better than I was expecting if I'm being honest, and I will be posting that build and that video on Monday. What I've noticed over the last couple of weeks that I've been doing YouTube content again is the fact that you guys seem to really like the formula that I'm going with, which is pretty much one short video for a build and then a longer video for that same build, or a slightly different version of that build going over legendary content, if of course that build is good enough to clear legendary content, solo legendary content. And in that video of course I saw the full run. You guys seem to really enjoy that formula of videos. Have been presenting my builds over the last couple of weeks. I really appreciate the support, and thank you for liking the video, subscribing, commenting, everything you guys do. I really appreciate it. So Monday I will post that solo legendary build with the Capacitor, Striker, Memento. I hope that you're going to enjoy it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as well. It's funny when people say that X build doesn't work and then you go and actually use it and it works great. I think it's one of the best things about Division. That's what I like, that coming up with builds that other people think that they won't work. But yeah, thank you very much for watching the video. Have a wonderful day everybody. Bye bye.